how do we just come out? Is that correct? So we will just have a sort of revision of what we have done last time, and then we'll just go ahead. See, today we are just taking the relook of objective and methods about the pricing part. How do we fix up the price of a product? How do we fix up the price of a product? You know, there are various ways and means we are just looking at before we just go for the pricing of any product, right? It could be the material cost, it could be the service cost, it could be the overhead cost, it could be the wages cost, it could be the other miscellaneous which are not say coming out to be as direct expenses, the indirect overheads, and ultimately we have to just look at, despite all these, if suppose we are not meeting the competition, it would be difficult. So our profit margin has to be regulated accordingly. And that's called the price. So role and importance of price means the price is the exchange value of a product expressed in terms of rupees, because in our country, India, it is rupees. In your country, it would be Naira. Naira is your official currency. Abdul Salam, Naira is your official currency.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, currency.
Naira, na?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Right. So we can just say price is the exchange value of a product expressed in terms of Naira or any other monetary units. It could be in terms of dollars, it could be in terms of rubles, it could be in terms of rupees, it could be in terms of anything. So price means whatever you wish to buy, and the amount of money, your currency, which has to be paid to the vendor. All right. How do you just define the concept of price? It is the price of everything, what everything really cost is the toil and trouble of acquiring it. You see, if suppose today you call me and you say that you have to work upon this class without charging anything, then I may say that, okay, this is the opportunity I'm availing for the good cause. All right. But if suppose the good cause continues, then I am to rethink about whether it will be giving me the social benefits, or shall I have to start charging the price? So price is of all the services which you are spending for acquiring it, for any price of any everything, and what everything really costs is the toil and trouble of acquiring it. So I may say that at least whatever the expenditure I am incurring, that you have to give it back to me. All right. Now price. Price is a major thing which is just coming up for the sake of getting your final profits, for the sake of staying in the competition, for the sake of growth of your company, for the sake of enlarging your market share, for the sake of sustainable status in the industrial society. So all these factors shall be there in case you are pricing any one of the product or the service. All right. Therefore, it says that often price is the major basis for competition in the market. Suppose I charge 5 naira per hour. Somebody else is quoting 4 naira per hour. As a matter of prudence, you will be just choosing the service at 4 naira per hour. Why? Because it is a matter of basic prudence that you will be going for the lesser price than what has been quoted in the market. Therefore, it is said that price is the major basis of competition in the market. Price is the major basis for competition in the market. Next, objective of pricing. What are the objective of pricing? We are revising unit number 8 today. I may go a little quick, but then it is good for you that we are revising all those things, because say my in the class there are 2 or 3 of the students, they said that they were not there in the last week. So no issue, you can just come down to the resolution point, and therefore I'm explaining it once again. So the objective of pricing, if it is profitability objectives, there are 3 major categories we can just go for. The first one is profitability objectives. Now, once we are just going with the profit oriented objective, the first task of any organization would be that we have to maximize our profit. Why? Because once you maximize your profits, your growth area would be widened. All right. Few seconds, please. Yeah. So profit maximization means that you are going on the path of growth when you are maximizing your profit. Second objective is to achieve desired rate of return of on investment. You see, for any business, you start investing something, and once you invest, definitely you want some return also on the investment made by you. So if at all the market rate of return on investment is 10%, you always feel that at least 10% of the rate of return should come on your investment made. Why it is so? Because that way you will be able to just sustain, that way you will be able to just say stay in the market life. Otherwise, you may be incurring losses and you may not be able to just sustain in the competitive market in terms of prices. All right. If suppose we are just going for the sales volume oriented objectives, sales volume oriented objectives. Now, volume oriented means you are maximization of the sales volume. Why? Because if you sell more, if your sale is more, if you sell the product more, then definitely your price would be just helping you to earn some kind of profits. So you have to raise your sale every day. Why? Point number 2, maximization of market share. It is not that you are just raising your sales volume, you are raising the market share as well. Why? Because when you are entering in the competitive market, you are always thinking of getting your product popular, one, and then let it just be over and above the other products. That is the basic rule and basic thought any businessman does. And that is why once they are maximizing the sales volume, they wish to maximize the market share also, so that they can get some kind of better recognition in the market. The other objectives are normalize or normalizing the thing. That is very important. To stabilize prices. Okay. What do you do when you are just finding out a very big competitor who act price leader and the product is a standardized one? In order to minimize competition, the company will follow the leader's prices. Why? Because you are new, and anyone who is new would be knowing less. So better to follow the leader in the meantime. If you don't follow the leader, definitely you are just entering into a bigger risk. To survive, this is again one of the other factor which we have to just look into. To survive. Why you have to survive? Because ultimately you are entering in the business to gain profits, to have growth. So unless you survive, you will not be able to stay in the market. Okay, you'll be shutted out, either you'll be kicked out by the competitors. So you have to survive by way of pricing to prevent competitors entry. Now when you have entered, there were some of the competitors, you have faced them, you have followed the leader, you have survived. Now it will be your, I won't say proficiency, but strategy, that if your prices are good enough, if your prices are competitive one, then you can prevent the competitors entry also. You can prevent the entry of the competitor as well. Because but natural, any newcomer, any new product, if they are just introducing in the market, definitely they wish to know about whether or not they are in a position to face that competition or not. And that would be the basic rule which will be, or the strategy which will be just helping the competitor to come or not. If they are not in a position to face that competition, they will stay away from the competition during that time. All right. To improve company's image as a good quality goods supplier. This is of course your goodwill gesture which you are just coming up. It is your goodwill gesture which are just coming up to look at it, which is just helping you to stay in the market. If you are a very good quality goods supplier, the quality goods supplier is your domain. It is your way of doing the things, and that is the only way that if you improve the company image as a quality goods supplier, your sale will be raised. your market share would be raised. Okay. Next, factor affecting the price determination. Let us just understand what are the basic meaning of. All right. We have to know about what are the basic factor. What are the basic factor? We have to just come out. Abdul, please pass us another message. Please join fast. We are in the middle of discussion of chapter 8.
Okay, sir. I
Okay.
have first.
Yeah,
Let me read
chapter.
it again.
We are in the middle of discussion of chapter 8. Pass the message to your friends.
Okay,
Please
sir.
join fast. All right. Otherwise, they are getting late. Okay. The factors affecting price determination. You see, first particular factor would be the value of the product to the buyer. The value of the product. Value, it could be decided by the buyer. Sometimes the market also decide the value. But otherwise also, the buyer is the king. If buyer does not just buy your product because of the price, you have to come back to the level where buyer can buy it. Maybe sometime you have to just reduce the price. Sometime you have to reduce the quantity. Sometime quality quotient, of course, you cannot just afford, because if you ignore the quality, somewhere or the else it could be questioned, and then you may get defaming. So better not to go for the quality quotient. Don't get defamed, and better to have the value of the product to the buyer. Product cost, that is very important, because unless you don't recover the product cost, it will be very difficult for the organization to stay. Competition, yet another say point, where the competition, it is just regulating your market price. Okay, it is regulating your market price. You cannot compromise with your cost, but you can compromise on your profits. If your profit quotient is 10 rupees and your competitor is just earning 8 rupees on the similar cost, you are bound to reduce the cost by 2 rupees so that you can stay in the competition. Legal consideration. Legal consideration is again one of the factor that we, with the introduction of the Competition Act, you are supposed to go fair in the market. You cannot just go for the illegal reduction of the price, illegal, say, the policies. You cannot just go for that. The Competition Commission will definitely look at it and will definitely point it out. So the legal considerations are there. You cannot raise or you cannot reduce the price unnecessarily or without any, uh, say, quotient. Better to wait a bit. Yes. So legal consideration is one of the factor which has to be just taken care of. Why? Because unless you just know about the legal consideration, it is a sensitive decision. And if suppose you are just going beyond any legal bindings, then it would be difficult on you as a seller. Better not to invite any legal complication, so that I have just mentioned about the Competition Act. There are certain Essential Commodities Act also. Whereas sometime we are regulating the price, you will come to know The government also steps in to regulate the price of a product. Why? In terms of giving benefit to the society. So if it is going beyond the regulatory quotient of the prices, the government may steps in and may just bind you not to charge that much of price. Other elements of marketing that it could be any other scheme or any gift or any other possibility, your brand, the credit facility, after sales service, the type of advertising, efficiency of sales personnel, type of product differentiation. Many factors are there which are just helping you to charge more or the reasonable price. All right. Basic method of price determination. First is cost oriented pricing. When it is a cost plus pricing, you just calculate your cost. For example, it is page number 159. The total manufacturing cost, selling and promotional cost, distribution and administration cost. It comes out to be 40 naira. I'll just use the word naira now onwards. What are you doing? You are just adding margin of profit 10 rupees so that the selling price comes out to be 50 naira. So selling price is equal to variable cost, overhead cost plus profit margin. Target profit pricing or break-even analysis. This is something where you have to just look at mathematically, because there you have to just look at what level you can go down. If suppose you are just going for a sale, now you want to discuss that how much bags you are to sell in a month and when your profit would start. So there is a formula. The formula says total fixed cost divided by per unit contribution. Per unit contribution. How per unit contribution comes? Selling price minus average variable cost. Average variable cost means the cost of the variable factors, be it material, the overhead, or the wages. So once you are just reducing that, your fixed cost plus profit comes, and that you are to look at and divide it by 40, 80. So there is an example that the fixed cost is 80,000. The average variable cost is 8 rupees. The selling price is 12 rupees per bag. What would be the break-even point? Break-even point would be 80,000 divided by 12 minus 8, that is 4. 4 will be per unit contribution. And then once you are just dividing 80,000 by 4, you will be able to get the break-even point, that in case you are selling 20,000 bags in a month, then there will be no profit, no loss. Once you just start selling the bags more than 20,000, then you will start earning the profit. Then you will start earning the profits. So break even means where the very point, if they are selling 20,000 bags, there will be no profit or no loss to the organization. So therefore, they have to sell it out. They have to sell it out on profit. If at all, then they have to sell beyond 20,000 bags. Okay. There is another question in this particular part only. Next para it comes out to be. Suppose the firm wants to earn profit of 50,000. Suppose the firm wants to earn 50,000 profit. Then it must sell at least 32,000 bags at a price of 12,000, 12 per bag. By selling it at the selling price, this example will just give 2,40,000, 20,000 bags at the rate of 12 per bag. All right. So whatever the profit quotient would be just coming out to be, the 50,000 would be divided by, say, the contribution per this thing once again, and that would be just putting you in the final word, how much profit you could earn thereafter. Okay. Demand oriented pricing. Demand oriented pricing means once we just go for differential pricing. Differential pricing means suppose we are having one brand who have got all the prices for all the segment of the society. Therefore, they are earning good profits. In India, suppose it is just coming out to be Maruti. Suppose Hyundai. So what are they just doing? They differential pricing. They are just pricing for the poor. They are fixing the price for the mediocre. They are fixing the price for the person who can make the payment comfortably. So in all the factors, you are giving them differential pricing for all the segmentation, all the people who are just coming to buy your product. Okay. This is the fundamental, say, strategy they are making. Perceived value pricing. Okay. Now, if suppose you just go to a hotel, a cup of tea would be priced maybe 50 naira. If suppose you just go to a small tea stall, how much a cup of tea would be costing? Gray, how much it would be costing for one cup of tea at a small tea stall? Are you there, Gray?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, if
Yes.
suppose you just one small cup of tea, how much it will be costing at a small tea shop?
Come again with the question.
One small cup of tea, one cup of
Yes.
tea, how much it would be costing at a small tea shop?
Uh,
It's 50 naira.
approximate, approximately 5,000.
Approximately?
Yeah, 5,000 Malawi kwacha, that is.
No, 15 naira, I think Hussaini was telling.
Okay.
It, Hussaini, whether it will be 15 naira, 1 5.
You say
One cup of tea at the small tea shop. how much it would be costing? So I just take a sort of small example. Let us just suppose
50
people
naira
would put
for
your mic on.
anyone.
Huh? It's all
He
right.
said
Don't
50 naira.
huh? 15?
50 naira. 50 naira.
1 1 5 or 50?
Yes, 50 only.
Okay. So
Only 50
suppose at a
naira,
small shop,
50.
okay. If suppose you are going to a small shop, it is costing you 50 naira. But if suppose you are going to a hotel, it may be costing you 150 naira, maybe costing you 100 naira, maybe costing you 200 naira also. You know why? Because this is the perceived value. Once you are going to a big hotel, definitely they are charging in different categories because different value they are just giving it according to the facility they give. It could be the color, size, durability, softness, many things they will be just coming out. So accordingly, they will just keep the higher price for the value of services they are giving to you for a cup of tea. All right. So therefore, it is called perceived value pricing. Competition oriented pricing, going rate pricing. That means you are just giving a small change, whatever the going rate is in the market, you are going by that and you don't change that. Why? Because it is just coming out to be a sort of helpful to you, which is sustainability to stay in the competition and so on. Okay. So competition means it is going rate pricing. You cannot just go for any other thing. If you go for, definitely there will be some kind of difficulty you will be just facing. So with that, friends, we have completed our chapter number 8. For chapter 9, we will take a small break of 5 minutes. We'll be back on exactly after 5 minutes. Don't go away. By the time Abdul Salam would be just giving a small message in the group that we have already finished chapter number 8, and after the break of 5 minutes we'll start with chapter number 9, discounts and allowances. All right, Abdul Salam.
Okay, sir. I will
Yeah,
pass
good.
it.
Good. Meeting after 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back. It was just coming out to be the chapter 9 now. Chapter 9 speaks about the discount and allowances. Okay. Chapter 9 speaks about the discounts and allowances. Why we have to offer the discount? This is one of the question which has to be answered. Discount means you are inviting the customer to buy more product of your firm. That is why you are offering discount. That is why you are offering discount. Sometime it may so happen that you are going to a shop where you are just asking for, give me 10 bucks, 10 number of items. Then they would say that if you are buying one product, the cost would be 50 naira. But if you buy 10 product of the same specification, we will charge only 450 naira. Imagine. Now you have been given the quantity discount by buying 10 number of products from the same shop. It may so happen that if you are going to the vegetable market, if you buy 100 grams, it will be costing you very much. But if you buy 1 kg, you will be getting a differential price. And once you buy the 5 kg quotient, then you will be given a handsome price on your kitty. There are certain cumulative quantity discounts also are coming up. Like if you just look at page number 169, it is just coming out how it goes. Illustration of non-cumulative discount. Non-cumulative discount. They say if you are buying 1 to 4 cases, you will be getting no discount. Once you start buying from 5 to 9, you will be getting 3%. And suppose you say that I'll be needing 10 to 19 soap cakes, then it will be 4%. Suppose you buy 20 to 49, the price will be reduced by 5%. And if you buy 15 soap cakes from above, but natural, the slab would be different. It'll be just offering you 6% discount. Okay. If you are going by the price 1 to 99, 5 rupees, 100 to 499, it is coming out to be 4 rupees 85 paisa. That means 3% they have given. 500 to 999, it comes out to be 4 rupees 80 paisa, 4%. 1000 to 4999, 4 rupees 75 paisa, 5% quantity discount. And 5000 and above, it is 4 rupees 70 paisa. That means 6% discount. So depends what kind of order you are giving, what kind of buying you are doing. Accordingly, they will just give you the price on the quantity you are buying for. Trade discount, the functional discount we are just looking at page 170. One is cash discount. in the normal business trade, we are not giving the price immediately. We are not giving the price immediately. What we do, you buy the things and give them the value maybe after 10 days, 15 days or something like that. But suppose you are buying this 5,000 gross things today, and instead of credit terms, you are giving them immediate cash. So they will say that, okay, you are given 6% quantity discount and 2% cash discount. 6% quantity discount and 2% cash discount. Now, what does it mean? That means overall you will be getting 8% discount. Why? Because the kind of agony, the kind of anxiety, the kind of persuasion, the kind of effort the businessman would be doing or incurring on collecting the money from you, that price, if you give them right now, they are ready to share the profit quotient with you. So they are giving you additional 2% discount, or maybe it is 3%, maybe 4%. According to the terms condition, according to the profit margin the person has, you can have the cash discount as well. Okay. Next comes the seasonal discount. Here in India, we are just getting the summer as well as winter both in a day's time. Daytime, it is little hot, not very hot. The temperature goes up to 28, 29, which is very, very moderated one. And evening, it goes to 19. That means it is again coming out to be a little colder. So this time, you won't be able to just get the best part of it. There would be an outgoing season for the warm clothing. Warm clothing, there could be an outgoing season. Because now, maybe in a couple of weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, you'll start getting the heat in the market frequently, in the environment frequently. So your warm clothing shall not be on offer these days. What will you do? You will start selling the things as a seasonal discount, at a seasonal discount. Why? Because now these products may not be on heavy sale. So better you have to just sell them out with whatever amount you get it. It does not mean that you will be just selling it for scraps. No. At least some kind of off-season discount you will be offering. Some kind of off-season discount you will be offering them, so that their inventory could be used for your productive purposes. At least your cost would be recovered. Right, friends? That in the off season, if suppose they are getting the sale of your product, at least you will be getting the off season discount. You will be getting the off season discount. All right. Next is promotional allowances. Promotional allowances, it speaks about once we are just taking any special initiative, you will be in a better position to just offer them the special discount as well. Okay. So that is called promotional discount. You are promoting your business amongst the wholesaler or the retailer sometime. Geographical pricing. Geographical pricing, how it comes out to be? FOB, free on board. There is something which they have just checked out and they have given to you. Once they are boarding the goods on the transport vehicle, their job is over. Therefore, it is free on board. It is called factory pricing, which say that thereafter the buyer will bear all the freight charges. In case railways, the method is free on rail. The seller charges the price, factory grade plus transportation to the point, to the buyer warehouse. Okay. So FOR destination, FOR destination, when it is just coming out to be FOB. The major advantage of FOB is actually the factory pricing. You are not incurring any expenses thereafter. But it may so happen that sometime you are not talking about the geographical distances. You charge uniformly. You charge uniformly. Any part of the Africa, any part of India, the price would be same. They are making their permutation combination within their price, and within their price only they are just recovering the cost, the promotional cost, the selling distribution cost, the original cost, the direct or indirect cost, and the profit margin as well. They are not differentiating according to the geographical distances. Sometimes they say that it is not geographical, but it is a zone price. Suppose you are in the zone, north zone, south zone, west zone, central zone, east zone, south zone. Something like that. The zone pricing, it is just coming out to the freight prices in the zone. It will be borne by you. Once it goes out of the zone, then of course it would be little costly. Freight absorption pricing. Freight absorption pricing. When it is the freight absorption pricing, that means the sale price at his factory gate to all the customers, irrespective of their locations. All right. Now, whether the freight expenses are to be borne by the seller, the person has to just make it specified. What would be the freight absorption prices to the buyer? Okay. Now, freight absorption pricing may be suitable in the following situations. They are giving the conditions also. Where the seller has a high fixed cost, and if he can get more business, his average cost will fall and compensate for extra freight charges. Even sometime fall in cost may be more than the freight charges, resulting in where the seller wants to penetrate into the market. when you want to just kick out or kick off the market, definitely to penetrate to stimulation in the market, you have to come down with several facilities. Where the seller wants to meet the increasing competition in the market. Now, if suppose you are just giving them some kind of soaps, some kind of advantages to the buyer, that means somewhere or else you are just giving them a viewpoint which is just helping them to stay in the competition, and you are increasing the competition for the existing competitors. International market, we are having different price quotations. Let us just look at it. X point of origin price. It is X factory price, X meal, or X mine, or X work price. Once it is out of the factory, all the other expenses shall be borne by the buyer. Free FOB, free onboarding, various type of FOB prices are quoted. Some of them require loading of the exported wires on the railway wagon, trucks, or other conveyances at the seaboard. Other may require delivery on board the international carrier that may not be at the sea. CIF, this is the most commonly used price quotation, which is just involving cost, insurance, and freight price. The seller is required to pay all the cost until the goods reach the importer's country. It includes the transportation cost to the port of discharge, inland transportation to the port of export, port handling charges, ocean freight to the foreign port of the destination. Okay. CIF is the most common way of pricing quotation in the international market. All right. Pricing of a new product. Pricing of a new product. Once you are just looking at the new product, it is as new as a new baby. It is as new as a new baby. Depends how good roots you have. If suppose you have the other products in practice and they are very much in demand, so this is called market skimming price. Market skimming price. Skimming price is appropriate for a product that is real innovation. Okay. It is always in demand. So initially the price would be little more, and over a period of time, once the other competitors also enter, this will be, say, in due course of time, it will be reduced. This is the market skimming price, if at all you are the market leader. Next comes out to be the market penetration price. The market penetration price means you are existing in the market. Your share of sale is coming out to be low. You wish to start the better market price on the card. So what do? You are just fixing the price in such a way that it is coming out to be the market penetration. Why? Because the prices are definitely being moderated according to the demand, and therefore the fresh prices would be as per the administration or financial norms. All right. Fixed price versus flexible price policy. Fixed price means we are just fixing the price once. We are not changing it every now and then. Anyone who is just going whether 1 or 1000, whatever requirement they are giving, you are fulfilling that, and the prices are fixed. If there is no charm to my other people, they can stay away from the ruler. Okay. So the fixed price means you have only one price, it will not be changed. Flexible price, it could be variable, it could be anytime, it could be changed, anytime it could be enhanced, or maybe sometime when it comes out to be more competitive, you can reduce the price as well. Okay. So this is called the flexible pricing norms. Flexible pricing norms. Unit pricing. Unit pricing means it is just coming out to be as if you are just going for half liter of milk in the morning, one bread, one egg. If you are a bachelor, you are just simply thinking about a bachelor's breakfast. So you may be having half liter of milk, half of the bread, or maybe full loaf, which you can cut into pieces, or one small cake, or sometime it is just coming out to be one egg, or two eggs, or three eggs as per your requirement. So unit pricing means it is just coming out to be more economical purchases. You can just come down to the smaller price with the smaller domain also. That I told you as if I told you the bachelor's requirement. So the bachelor's requirement would be such that they won't be needing more. So they are just fixing the price for a smaller pouches, which are just helping them to satisfy their needs, at least by not looking at here and there. Okay. So with that, friends, we have finished our unit number 9 as well. With the finishing of unit number 9, I wish that we should take a break of 5 to 7 minutes once again. We'll come back on 4:20. I think it is very dangerous preposition I am giving. 4:20. Let us just put it in different node. Let us say say in my system clock it is 4:12. So exactly after 7-8 minutes we'll be coming back, and within 7-8 minutes you can just think of Abdul Salam will be just sending a message to the group that we have finished unit number 8 and 9 today, and now we are moving on to the unit number 10 after the break, that is on the regulation of prices. Right, Abdul Salam?
Yes, sir.
So we'll be meeting exactly after 7 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks you too.
Listen, friends, I'm going to take 5 minutes more break. So, in the meantime, I would just invite you for the discussion. Whatever we have discussed on unit number 8 and 9, you can start discussing, can revise your points. All right, friends? By the time, you can make use of this time if you can. Thank you. I'll be taking 5 more
Oh,
minutes.
all right, sir. I just wanted to clarify that I'll be away for 10 minutes. I'll get back very soon.
Welcome back. We were to just look at unit number 10, regulation of prices. You see what I told you, that in case you are just going by the price which is not good for the society, the government can make a small resolution that you have to reduce the price, or they will give you the subsidy, and accordingly your prices will be regulated. So this is called regulation of prices by the government. It's only the government can do it. It may so happen sometime that sometime the natural calamities are coming up, sometime the like the COVID-19 was there, these pandemics are just coming up, sometime war-like situation is there, sometime there are certain emergencies because of what people are thinking to regulate the price to give the maximum benefit to the society. All right, because this particular unit was written in India, therefore we are just discussing whatever has been written in our Indian legal spectrum. How do we just come out with the regulation of price? The Competition Act. The regulation of pricing under the Competition Act. It is providing that in view of the economic development of the country, for establishment of a commission to prevent practices having adverse effect on competition, to promote and sustain the competition in the market, to protect the interest of customers, and to ensure freedom of trade carried out by other participants in the market. Okay, so the Competition Act says that we have to have the reasonable price in the market. What are the basic things where they are just coming out and they are just putting a barrier on you? Let us just say, think about that. Resale price maintenance. You may have the resale price. This is according to your cost and according to your other calculation. But it should not eliminate the competition. It should not become a source of elimination of competition. That's what the Competition Commission ensures. Second thing is just charging about the price discrimination. Suppose you are charging 50 naira from Abdul Salam, but all of a sudden you start charging 40 naira from Bashir. So this is called price discrimination. You have to justify why we are just charging 40 naira from Bashir and 50 naira from Abdul Salam. If not justified, then it would be a price discrimination. That is not to be there unless there is a valid reason. Collective price fixing. Sometimes what we do, just to sabotage the market, we fix the price collectively. We fix the price collectively. We call it sometime as a sort of match fixing. Okay, we are fixing the price You go to any shop, you'll be finding out uniform price fixation from the competing. Okay. In the pricing of the competition, it is called cartel and it is illegal. Okay. This is called illegal and therefore not allowed. Sometimes it is just coming out to be collusive tendering. Okay. They'll make the offer only the pre-decided tenderer acceptable. Sometimes it is highly unduly high prices of the product supply because there is no competition. There is some kind of collusive tendering where the buyer is bound to pay the higher price. Collusive bidding. Collusive bidding means tendering in a situation where goods are sought to be disposed of through auction. The system is prevalent among a certain organization which dispose or surplus goods through auction with a view to get the highest possible price. However, the buyer find it convenient way of contracting the seller's effort to raise the price of the product. They agree amongst themselves. They agree among themselves on the price or other terms of sale, purchase of goods to be offered at the auction. This is again the collusive bidding, the collusive auction, which is not to be allowed. Predatory pricing, one way of eliminating, reduce the competition in the market. You slash the price so bad that sometimes you are just incurring loss even in your cost incurred. So such a trade practice, sometimes it may so happen that the smaller competitor eventually will be out and there will be a monopoly kind of situation. If it is caught, if it is just coming out to be proven factor that you are having the predatory pricing, it is illegal and could be questioned. Next comes the bargain and deceptive pricing. Seller offer attract buyers on the false promise. On the false promise. A particular product is offered on a slash down price, but the intention of the advertiser is only to lure the buyer so that he may buy some other product also. They say the television set at rupees, okay, it is television set 30,000 naira. So they will be just saying something along with also. So bargain pricing and deceptive pricing, it tend to mislead the customers. Such pricing practices amount to be the unfair trade practices and these are questioned. These are questioned. Charging of unreasonably high prices, if it is monopoly, even then you cannot charge the price which is just out of the reach of a commoner. So therefore, once it is proven that it is unreasonably high, the government could step into and they can regulate your price to the reason. This was all about the Competition Act 2002 in India. And from now onwards, we are just thinking about the regulation of Indian acts only, because it is the slice of your book. But most commonly, this kind of act or rules must be there in your country as well. Regulation of price under the Consumer Protection Act. The first thing is excessive pricing. Suppose for Africa, there is one kind of product which is costing at, including profit, if it is to cost at 50 naira and you are charging 60, 70, 75 naira, then it has to be regulated to 50. Sometime it may so happen that you have given the MRP on the packet 50 naira, but you are charging, in view of the shortage in the market, 60 naira, 70 naira. This is again illegal. Sometime it may so happen the pricing which you are fixing and displaying it openly, and then you are not giving them the price which has been displayed. Second, once again, it is bargain and deceptive pricing. Means if the indication of price of a product or charges for service materially mislead the public, it will attract punitive action under the Consumer Protection Act as well. It will attract the punitive action under the Consumer Protection Act, that it is materially misleading the general public, and therefore not allowed. Regulation of pricing in the other act, which comes out to be the Essential Commodities Act. Essential Commodity Acts, it could be food price, it could be the drugs. Drugs means medicine, not any other thing. Essential commodities. What could be essential to the general public? It could be your food, it could be your medicine, it could be kerosene, it could be vanaspati, petrol, sugar, tea, soaps, cement, paper, edible oil, anything you can just think of, because of the social network. Because of the social network, we can think of that these are essential according to the society's thing. Okay. So what do? The prices can be agreed upon by the government and seller inconsistent with the control price. The agreed price is to be paid. Okay. When no agreement as to price is reached, price calculated with reference to the control price is to be paid. Okay. And third one is where there is neither an agreed price nor a control price, price calculated on the prevailing market rate is to be paid. Okay. Regulation of selling price of foodstuffs. Normally, we are just finding it out. The foodstuffs which are just coming up, that to avoid the hardships on the general public, we have to regulate the selling price of the foodstuffs. It could be the food grains, it could be the edible oil, it could be kerosene, it could be gas, it could be sugar, it could be tea, soaps, cement, paper, etc. All right. The Drugs Pride Order 2013 we are only talking about in India only. The pharmaceutical industry, Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. It may so happen that there are certain medicines which are to be given at a controlled price. Why? Again, a social cause is there. The general public is affected, and because of what, you are supposed to give them the medicine at the controlled rate. So it could be on the national list of essential medicine. It could be coming out to be the Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, the NPPA. It could be the Drug Price Control Order 2013. Any such thing which is just coming out for the benefit of the society, it goes under controlled movement and paid according. The Industrial Development and Regulation Act 1951 aims that the fair price of any article is to be paid. So what are they doing? They are classifying, controlling such article wherever it is to be paid. They are also stopping them to store them illegally. You see, it is one of the other feature that you cannot store the things for all these essential items for more than what is required in your store. If you store it illegally, then also it is just coming out to be wrong. So your storing also should be fixed. Okay. And then the prices can be controlled. You are regulating the price as per the need of the society. If no agreement comes out to be, the prevailing market rate in the locality at that date would prevail. Normally, these are controlled. Last act is Package Commodities Rules 2011. Legal Metrology Rules 2011, which ensures such regulation, such thing, that the customer has the first right to know about the constituent of that product, the weight of that product, the price of that product, and in case it is coming out to be the expiry date, that also is to be mentioned on the product itself, the package. So what are the normal things which they have to mark on the every package? Name and address of the manufacturer, common and generic commodity contained in the product, the net quantity, month and year of manufacturer, selling price, the dimensions of commodity if relevant. You have to display the maximum retail price also, because you are not supposed to charge any sum beyond the maximum retail price fixed under any circumstances. If you do that, it is illegal. It is coming out to be a major dislocation on the retailer's part. So to be avoided. All right. So these are the small restriction to the sellers, which is helping and protecting the rights, not right alone, the rights of the buyer, and therefore it is just helping, it is helping the market, the buyer, the society, and the seller also to sustain in the market. Friends, with that, we have completed our unit number 8, 9, and 10 of block 3. For the next time, we are going to take up unit number 4, block number 4. In block number 4, we'll be starting with unit number 11, distribution, channel of distribution, whether it is channel of distribution 1, 2, or physical distribution. So unit number 11, 12, 13, we will try to come up in the next week sometime. We have enough time to discuss. If you have any question, the platform is open to you now. You can ask the question, or else there will be another session we have. There you can ask the question of this subject also. Because today we are going to discuss the assignment of BCOC 131. The assignment of BCOC 131. So be clear and be sure that you are there in the class, because that would be the last class for this session to the students in respect of BCOC 131. So Abdul Salam, it will be
Yes, sir.
your insistence to all your friends to come and join in the class. We are just giving them time. It is 4:45 right now. They can come down at 5:05, up to 5:05. Whomsoever is joining, they will be getting the benefit of having the answer of the questions being raised. Thereafter, every minute they would be missing the train, and they may not be in a position to get the right fruit which they are willing to get. Right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So we will be meeting at 5:05 with the new class BCOC 131, and there we will be discussing about the assignment of BCOC 131. So alert all your friends that we will be discussing the assignment part at 5 o'clock onwards. All right, friends. And in the meantime, if you have any question out of this particular blocks also, your BCOE 141, I'll be answering that also. So that book also I'll be just keeping. All right, Abdul,
Okay, sir. I'm right.
will you pass the message accordingly?
Yes, I will pass it right now.
Yeah, Bashir, Education TV, Muhammad, and Isaac will be meeting sharp around 5 o'clock. Be there, because we'll be then discussing about the assignment of BCOC 131 about the financial accounting part of your syllabus. Okay, financial
Okay, sir.
accounting we
All
will be
right.
discussing.
All
Thank
right.
you
Thank
so
All
you.
right,
much.
sir.
We'll be meeting in the next class for discussion of your assignment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.